I got to kick this thing off. Can I kick it off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, listen.
Yeah, I feel you. But I think if the Dems really want to change this, they're gonna have to embrace what you're talking about and being proactive in changing how people live. Because voter apathy got Trump in the office more. Well, them stealing the election got Trump in office.
Hierarchy.
But,
And white women.
but voter apathy made it much easier for them to do so.
Yeah, I think also, you know, we talk about these, you say these quote unquote socialist policies. What's your government for, though? You know, if your government's not there to make life easier, to assist, like, you know, assist in certain aspects, things that are done quote unquote for the betterment of all people. So there's many studies that say if you start kids and if they have health care, obviously they live longer lives and more productive. Start them in Head Start, then they have a greater chance of being productive on the back end. So you pay the money up front instead of, which another thing he's about to do is try to close Rikers for good, right? So you pay the money that you're spending.
They've been saying that for years. Now, if he closed Rikers, man, he really is.
I know.
Yeah.
But you know, you think about, you know, we always think about it the opposite way. We think about the forward way, the amount you're spending on prisons, you invest that into the kids, and then on the back end, you won't have as many people in the prisons, right? So, you know,
that's not for-profit prisons won't make any money.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Not only the for-profit prisons, but them little rural backwoods areas got those penitentiaries where the jail is a source of income for all the little Jethro and
mom and pop shops getting the
Susie and
business
all that stuff. That right there plays a part in it too.
Right. They just cut funding for tutoring programs in my city in East St.
And see, that all goes back to the prison, the school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. And they know why they're doing it in the areas that they're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, kind of the piggyback off what you're talking about in your neighborhood, they're always proactive. A lot of times those neighborhoods aren't in the center core of the city, right, that you live in. So the anchor city in a lot of those areas, they carry an unbalanced burden for the whole area as far as financially. So, you know, everybody that doesn't live in that city, well, when it's time to come to work, they invade the city. They come. So, you know, all these different city services, they're the one city, or the core, the anchor city is tasked with providing all that services for everybody in the region. And so that's part of the reason why their budgets be messed up, is because you do have money, you know, you don't have interstate that you know, all these people travel on. You don't have these major roads that people come in every day from outside and drive on, that the pavement's gonna wear quicker. And so you got to spend X amount of money just to maintain a certain level of infrastructure. And in other smaller cities and suburbs don't have to do that. So that's part of the reason too. So
they still taxing people. They getting them people money.
But listen,
you work in the city, they taking your money.
In St. Louis and in Kansas City, but not every city is like that.
That's fair.
Speaking of cities that need infrastructure and work on the roads, Atlanta, right? And for those who have been to Atlanta, you know it's hell driving around in Atlanta. But I just saw where Georgia is now, and they posted this on Black Millionaires. I wanted to say Black Millennials like Erika is, but Black Millionaires. Yes, you're a millennial.
You are.
Barely.
That's like saying I'm a little pregnant. Either is or you ain't.
I'll give you this. Depending upon what chart you look at, you are. Some of them go to like 80,
That's
start
true.
at 82 or something.
That's
Like
true.
okay.
81, baby.
I know.
That's true.
That's why I said that. I know.
Right there. I'm
That's
right there with you.
that's very true. And we talked. I know we talked about there's like a subset of the generations called the Zennials that we all fall under, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, I'll take it.
You think about it, we really don't relate to many in Gen X. Me and Lav, we don't really fit with a lot of Gen Xers.
Mm-hmm.
And Rika don't really fit with a lot of the millennials, right? But we have some millennial traits. So
Yeah.
it's that little gap,
But
this is like a 5-year gap. I think it's like 77 to 83 or something like that, 6-year gap that they
we
call it.
perfect.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Right. But anyway,
That's it right there.
so Black millionaires, they said Georgia is now a state of minorities. According to the new U.S. Census Bureau estimates, for the first time in history, non-white and Hispanic residents make up 51.2% of Georgia's population. Now, I'm going to assume that most of that is Black people in Atlanta. Now, there's some Black people outside of Atlanta, right? But Black people in Atlanta, because Atlanta is the Black Mecca.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, with these numbers, are they going to be able to harness these numbers to take over government on a statewide level? Now, you know they do in Atlanta. We got Keisha Lance Bottoms running for governor, right? Now, they stole it from Stacey the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They flat out stole it from Stacey the first time. The second time, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time, I feel like they stole it. How you have the opponent in charge of the count? That don't make sense at all.
Right.
No.
Shape, form, or fashion. But with these numbers, can they get Keisha in the office? Now, this is where you have to say, hey, listen, the only thing that's going to keep us from winning is the voter apathy. So you might want to take some notes from this DSA people, even if you're not really down with them, to try to make sure that instead of Georgia being purple, that you go ahead and turn it all the way blue, which would be, a game.
Not being from there, no, Rika, you probably got a lot more to say because you're in and through there and deal heavily in Georgia. But from the outside looking in, I'm not even worried about Georgia. Like Georgia's blue now. I mean, to me, honestly, that's just how it appears.
I can't say that though, Lab, because you saw what they did in your home state right now. I can't say anything is for sure because.
But again, that was just the presidential election. The governor or everything else is Democrat. That's what I'm saying. So it's blue. But yeah, I mean,
my thing is this. We have to give Stacey Abrams the credit that she deserves for highlighting the fact that that state has been blue for a very long time. What they did by stealing the election from her was motivated her to go out and get the voters to the polls, get so many people that weren't registered to vote registered. No one who actually lives in Atlanta, like y'all know, Atlanta's my second home. That's where I first went to law school and started practicing and everything. I lived in Gwinnett and DeKalb mostly, but Gwinnett, we call it Gwinnetico. So, like, the billboards are in Spanish. Like, there is no confusion over the the makeup, the racial makeup of the different. I call it like kind of like the 5 boroughs, but either way.
So you got Gwinnett, you got Cobb, DeKalb.
Gwinnett is Hispanic mostly. Cobb is white entirely. Fulton is mixed because that's the city. DeKalb is black. Okay. And then it's another one, baby. Clayton. Who am I thinking of? I'm missing somebody. Clayton. Yep. Clayton, white. But there's enough of everybody and everywhere, but those people had a lot of voter apathy. But people were really jazzed behind Stacey Abrams, and she went and really got people registered to vote, and then she got those people to the polls. So it's not that Georgia wasn't already probably a majority minority state. It's just that those people weren't in the census count because those people weren't registered to vote and those people weren't getting the little phone calls and stuff like that. to participate in the surveys and all this other stuff. So what she has done is ignited all these people to become involved in the political system. And that in and of itself is just highlighting that they're already tired of the Republicans being in control in that state. So I think Keisha got it. And we got this billionaire running against her who refuses to like participate in any type of like debate with her or anything like that. So I think that the fact that he's a billionaire is going to piss everybody off. He's used so much of his own money, like over $1 million already of his own money to battle a political campaign that you're not even qualified for. What could that $1 million have done for the state?
Let him spend his money. Whatever Young Miami say, let him spend his money.
Spend that.